Durant's got to go with it. He's left it short.
To see him kick down Durant, he knew the shot clock was dwindling. He took a very quick look opposite side of the floor.
Giannis in traffic draws the hit from beyond the pass. Second team foul. Side of the bounds. To the Bucks. Holiday, the nice show and go. Great passing, great execution by Milwaukee. Precise.
The offense, when it's moved for Milwaukee, has been good at the turnover.
No, sorry about that. They get the curve from 4 from deep. Boy, had a great opportunity there.
Been a real struggle for Trent Adams.
Shooting so well in that previous series against the Heat. Harden hits his second three of the ball game. No foul call. 2 for 2 for deep. He's got 6 points. Bring us back to 10. AP Holiday now to switch. Harris picks him up. Drew Holiday. Soft touch. Holiday intentional on that possession.
Just been Giannis picking up James Harden. He's getting into him a little bit. So they want to make James work. You're going to play 45, 46 minutes, James. You're going to feel some pressure tonight.
You like the strategy?
I do. Love it. Make him work. You know, that play in the first quarter where he stopped dead because he had no explosion. Push up. Make him feel your pressure the full way.
Trying to help out Holiday on Harden. Couple of LA guys. Now Middleton switches on to Harden. Durant inside. Brown partially blocked by Lopez, who, when you really look at it, is an underrated defender.
Oh, he's the anchor of defense that has been exceptional for years.
Block at the other end this time by Griffin. Harden across the midcourt line. Harden stays with him. Third three on the way. This one short. Gets it back though. The floater in the paint. A little too late for Lopez. Harden got it to fall.
A couple of buckets, and that's critical because what we're watching is James Harden trying to orchestrate as virtually a non-threat offensively. That changes what the defense is required to do against him.
He's up to 8 points now for us, and we're going to have to, as you say, play him a little bit more honestly. Cross court with his hands on Durant, pins it out of bounds.
And I have to say this, you know, about James. Steve Nash just said one at the end of that Matthew interview. I'm proud of him. Right? He is gutting it out. He's putting himself at injury risk. And one thing you could say you didn't like his style in Houston, this or that. This is a virtuoso as a scorer. And oh, by the way, just loves to play basketball.
Red Ford, maybe that'll get him on track. The lead up to 12. Red Forbes with his first field goal.
Well, you've got to be thrilled to be with Milwaukee. You are shooting 54%.
Ford shows and recovers. Shamet fouled on the attempt. And that's going to be 3 shots for Landry Shamet. Forbes a little overzealous that time at the defensive end after making a jumper at the offensive end. And Forbes 6 for 20 on threes against the Nets in this series after making 50% of his threes on 33 attempts against the. He's one of those other guys that they could really use getting going. And Tom Izzo is trying to form courtside tonight. Good to see the head coach from Michigan State Spartan taking a ball game. Chance to greet him a little bit earlier. Well, Friday night on ESPN and the app, we'll have a pair of elimination game 6s for the Sixers Hawks, followed by the Jazz Clippers for the Atlanta 7:30 Eastern. Then these Utah Clippers countdown crew starts it all off at 7 o'clock Eastern time. We talked about that Clippers series against Utah. What about that riveting comeback last night? Trae Young was phenomenal. in leading his team. He has been masterful in his leadership.
I'm so glad you described the man, because so much of the conversation and narrative has been about the collapse by the Philadelphia 76ers. Trae Young, at such a young age, his first foray into the playoffs, as you said, the word was perfect, masterful.
Holiday with a soft touch off glass. Into the 12-point game again.
He's just so physically strong, and to get to his spots, Drew Holiday, he's got 11 points.
I wonder about the difference between the past and the present of Bucks Holiday. A big acquisition as Bruce Brown splashes a three. That's phenomenal. Nice pocket pass for Lopez, and he finishes at the rim.
24 of the 42 in the paint. The ball movement, the cut-in, the opportunistic chances by Brook Lopez.
Foul's going to go against Drew Holiday, who's off to a good start offensively in this game.
This is what you've been waiting for.
Let's go.
Disney Plus, where heroes and villains collide.
I am Loki.
It's time.
Where revolution
We came here to fight.
takes hold. ESPN Plus.
In sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
With double giga stories, get 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day.
Simple, smart ako.
X60 series, co-engineered with Zeiss. Viva.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never found.
2021 NBA playoffs featuring the Brooklyn Nets versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Today.
Best of 3? Best of 5? Best of 9? Best of?
Wealth is your first big investment. Worth is a partner to help share the load. Wealth is saving a little extra. Worth is knowing it's never too late to start. Or too early. Wealth helps you retire. Worth is knowing why. Principle for all it's worth.
If Nathan Adrian hadn't forged his will in the fire of competition, he never would have had the courage to face his greatest obstacles. If he settled for winning 8 medals for his country, he never would have continued swimming despite a cancer diagnosis. And if he didn't push himself to train, even through treatment, he wouldn't be back on the world stage, fighting to win again. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Kevin Durant has 10 points on 5 for 11 shooting. When he's seen any number of different defenders. Brook Lopez on the switch, just trying to force a tough shot, and he does. Kevin Durant just gets to the cup. There it puts him in the low post. Why? Because Drew Holiday was on him. So Drew, big, strong, physical, just tries to make him shoot over the top. Same thing for P.J. Tucker, who as much criticism as Bud has gotten for P.J. Tucker. P.J.'s actually done a good job. It's just this guy is elite as a scorer.
Kevin Durant. You know who I am.
Kevin Durant.
You know who I am.
That's right.
Kevin Durant. Famous quote from a playoff series a couple of years ago with the Warriors. Back then.
So Kevin Durant getting his rest now. Can James gets a little bit more aggressive, sustain your offense here? Can you start getting some productivity from Joe Harris, Jeff Green?
Boy, Giannis was the bully ball. Put Jeff Green in the weight room that time. Just backed him right under the bucket. Giannis now 6 of 7 from the field, 15 in the game, most of them in the paint. Harder here on the edge. Shot clock down to 6. Moves over the screen, stays with Harden. Griffin got it to go on the reverse over Lopez. He's got 5. 7-point lead for the Bucks. They played for most of this game. Inside pass to Middleton. Line drive no good, and Harden back the other way.
Great rest for Kevin Durant. He's at the scores. He's having a conversation with Steve Nash.
Boy, that was good. Harden, it's about as fast as he can go, folks. What you just saw. Giannis force him to his weak hand. Got it to his strong hand and got the floater.
It is pretty incredible because on the prior handle, as he got by with his shoulder, if he gets his shoulders by, so physically strong, usually that's it, it's over to the defender. It took him twice to get to that floater.
Harden coming downhill off the green screen. Giannis picks him up, fires the 3. Hey, remember, this is a guy that led the NBA in scoring 3 consecutive years. He can cook even on one hamstring. The lead is down to 6 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. A 7-0 Brooklyn run, and that's going to be a foul against the net.
So Giannis is guarding James Harden, and he's going to try to force him right. Look at how dramatic he does. And then James says, all right, I'm going to just get you on the hip, and I'm going to go. And then now you use your footwork to get to that step back 3. And this was where I thought he was moving a little bit better in warm-ups tonight. That the footwork was elite for James Harden, getting that separation.
3 for 4 from deep so far in the ballgame. Middleton loses it. Griffin picks it up in a sprint. Griffin with the layup, and the lead is down to 4. Nice move forward.
40-44.
Giannis on the wing. Touches the paint. Boy, the volleyball program working for Giannis tonight.
There's no reason to settle, Mark. There's absolutely no reason to settle. They've not proven they can keep you away from the paint or the restricted areas.
Got it back from Griffin, the floater. Whistle, the foul is going to be called.
Size siya lang. Size.
On the free throw line. That's the 14th foul against the Bucks.
Nante 4 lang. Ara 4. Tiene 2 petro.
Not settled and being absolutely dominant. Folks, Blake Griffin is a big guy, okay? He's big and he's strong and he's tough. And Giannis just put him right in the basket. And then how about that cut?
Napalokohin lang siya.
So much a willing passer. That was the second foul against Tecumbo, by the way. Harden at the free throw line. Leading scorer for the Nets so far, 14 points.
Kaya lang daw.
Kaya mo, kumpiyansa nga, no?
Wala, ipahinga lang para mamaya.
On one leg.
On one leg.
You see the KT tape
Lumayo.
on that hamstring. Griffin picks up Holiday on the switch. Tough step back jumper, no good.
No.
Tecumbo with the board. Back up Middleton.
Yun ang patay. Wala si Duran sa rebound.
Have a big second quarter. Got 11 points in the ball game.
Ayan na, oh. Duran na yan.
Trying to turn the corner. Had it knocked away. With a rim run, has position underneath. Lopez halfway down and out. And it
Ganda.
He was looking for the kick ball.
Si KK. KK.
Official, and there it makes the call. It appeared to be the correct call on the play. Kirkland, Fitzgerald, and Zarbo. Showing the replay.
Fans have agreed. I think they got a piece.
I hope they didn't hear me, guys.
Ay.
Katres niya lang. Nakatres na lang.
Ikado na.
13 for the game. Listen, blows by Griffin. And Griffin pushed him and got whistled for foul. Chris Middleton back at the foul line.
So 22 points already between Middleton and Holiday. Kevin Durant, so much weight on his shoulders, just so easy. They call him easy money for a reason.
And Middleton, they call him cash money Middleton.
Marshall.
And the Deer District feeling his vibe right now. The whole night is a vibe in Milwaukee. 5-point game when we come back.
Catch this head-to-head matchup tomorrow on NBA TV Philippines.
Sure.
Get the sandwich starter. What's with Popeyes?
Ulit.
You don't always set out to be a rock star, but when the spotlight finds you, you become one anyway. During the Ram Spotlight Sales Event, get $3,550 in total values on the 2021 Ram 1500.
Riding a bike should be a really fun experience. We made it low maintenance bike.
Yung mura ni Makane dito.
We're coming off a great
3,000.
year. The pandemic
3,550 kilala.
Million.
Oo.
teams allowed us to do what's called virtual visits.
1,000.
Nasa 5 million mo ata.
O, ilagay mo lang ng 40.
The amount of customers from all over the world. But now teams, there's no way
40 to 1,000.
Kung 3,000 peso yun, mag-order na ako.
Kung 3,000 peso yun, ngayon din.
Mag-order na ako.
Oo, kaya mayroon akong 500.
30
na lang ang kulang.
30 benta ko 5,000.
I mean, we both saw this coming.
Yeah. Victory. Victory. Thank you. Nangkuhan ba ka na?
Beo, yase. Beo, rasa na? Sir? Tanda na, wag na magrasa.
Wala, pero makapit ka pa ganyan sa pagpreno ba?
Mabigat kasi yung angkas mo. Mabigat yung angkas.
Hindi, ganyan maglakad doon. Malayo talaga. Kung may nanood kay Laksan, pwede. Laksan. Ha? Kaya na. Ano man?
Wala pa lang. Baligi din yan? Ay,
Kailan? Yung sa point. Mama ko.
The first quarter out of the gates. James
Pagpaakyat doon, BMS na yun sa kabila.
ano ba, may tisban?
yesterday looked
Kung nakasama siya, nakamonitor mo siya. Hindi siya sa konti. Kung may 2 kilometers na.
but that
Gamit na yun.
Hindi yan abot ng 2 kilometers actually. Tignan lang natin malayo kasi siya pa.
an arm from 3 in the second
Ano
quarter.
ba, rin to pa eh?
Papasok talaga yun.
Walang bahay,
Doon
walang
na yun.
bahay.
Oh. Yung
Is because
napunta
you
kayo.
get into the second
Walang bahay lang pa eh.
Oy.
May bahay dito lang sa labas.
Second period. Middleton, meanwhile, with the foul. Knocks down the
Doon
first.
na din kami doon na din ang daan namin sa nag-stop ang
In the
jeep.
second,
Ano na to?
lead is up
Grab
to
yan.
6.
Live.
Have it through the
Mga
years.
kailangan ng video.
That's tremendous.
Wala. Sa YouTube ko lang nilagay. Oo, may nagtingin nga.
MVP.
Okay. Ilan?
Mamiss nila yung TV ganyan, mga old TV. Mamiss nila yan.
Ikaw lang mo din, confidence yun.
Ilan? Isa?
Hindi, minsan may magpasok, tapos maglabas na naman, pasok.
Ilan lang.
Isa pa lang ngayon na, wala na naman.
Live yan, Facebook mo.
YouTube.
Pwede para mag-live sa YouTube?
YouTube channel mo pwede.
Ginapon?
We talk about those other guys, Blake Griffin, one of them. Doing some good work here tonight. So, foul.
Let's watch Blake Griffin. Giannis is actually in excellent position. As the ball comes off, look at, he's got two guys around him. Giannis in front, he's trying to check him in, and Chris from behind. But the timing and the hops, Mr. Griffin, that's the guy who used to jump over cars.
Tambak na naman.
To the
Tambak na
NBA.
naman.
A refurbished,
46-50.
remade Blake Griffin, you know, the
Pampang
Brooklyn Nets have done a
63.
tremendous job as an athletic training staff, managing him in such a way that when he first got to Brooklyn from Detroit after being bought out,
Biglet yan.
okay, they're going to review that call on Tucker. But when he got to,
High blood sa nung sa nga.
they managed him and now are optimizing his premium health. This one we're looking at potential quote-unquote hostile act from that last sequence.
He runs through Blake Griffin.
I think he was just trying to get around and went through instead.
Yeah, I don't think this is a flagrant one. We typically see it with arms or elbows, and we talk about wind-up and impact. I mean, did he really attempt to go around?
Ayusin mo yung pag-decision mo ha. Ayusin mo. Finals na yan.
Oh, nakita mo yung kalbo eh. Takit. Bumuntahan ka na maglaban ka dito.
Ironically, lives
Pressure yan, referee, no? Pressure? No, galit na.
on Tucker's. That's all. This is about 6 miles from Barclays Center. One more look at the contact there by Tucker. If you are on the court with PJ Tucker, and you
Pag high blood ka, matalo ka talaga.
into you or through you or around you at some point, you will feel his presence. And that's from a guy that, folks, he's worked with.
High blood. Ayaw na tumingin kay Griffin.
Ayaw tumingin kay Griffin. Loko talaga yung partner mo. Hindi talaga magpanya.
Several years ago, with two sons, and got a guaranteed deal, and was beginning his NBA ops. I can't believe that he's never been named to an all-defensive team in the NBA, but those that really know and appreciate the game sees what he does with that kind of ball.
Allergic? Patula, magkanta. Utangnya Japuan.
Nagbalat na din siya, oh.
Kung yung biyutang mo kaya tumahal. Yung biyutang mo.
Balat na siya, pinapatak.
Pero patula. Diabasan mo rin. Diabas ba ko? Kung diabas ito sila ka, yung biyutang mo rin.
Ano pa niya? Mag-drive. Kasi kailangan travel ko. Tapos makapasa naman.
Pansan dito sa ringworm na. Abas ba siya?
Ako din sa rin.
Katialis tumaisan.
Oh, Katsalis subay. Mabaho din.
Kumusta mo na masulpor? Katialis yung sulpor ito.
Saglit lang ito mawala. 1 week lang pero nauhin na. Binalatan ko.
Ayun, katulang.
Nawasat sa magpawis di na.
Always yang siya dry subay. Paano mo lang tissue yan? Dapat-dapat mo. Kasi bang mo katulad magtubig-tubig siya, manay magkanat siya.
First half, he's got 19. In his bag, kicks it out. Middleton, same spot. Same result. Remix.
Ano na. 1 like ka na pero 0 ang view.
Hindi lang yan. Sa cellphone mo makita mo.
Nakashare din sa Facebook.
Hindi ka talipiano?
Wild yan. Wild.
Bakit hindi magaan?
Wala sa tubig. Fasting?
Let me kick this to my partner in crime.
Wild yan, wild.
Tell you, Kevin Durant went to the bucket so hard
Oo,
to paint
meron.
that time that he blew a tire. The shoe came right.
Siguro talo siguro. Game 7 siguro to.
Finish now, lacing it back up. 13 points in the first half for Durant.
Yung pampara na yung third quarter, no? Second.
Second pa.
Second po. Na.
Maingay ka si Takay, oh.
Ha?
Si Takay ba maingay?
Oo.
His ninth year.
Tingnan mo.
He's actually the first D-Leaguer, now G-League, to make an NBA All-Star
Wala
game.
ng tao niya.
Back in 2019.
Wala naman social distancing.
Wala yan.
Ano? Wala yan. Vaccine na yan lahat.
Income yan.
Oh,
Yay.
no.
Na.
Oh, no.
Pagod ba? Patay.
Nakamas pa rin.
Oo.
Came up a little bit short. Tucker knocked it loose for the next control.
Harden, wala no.
Garden.
Ita. Si Tucker.
Garden.
Si Tucker ba tayo magbantay sa kanya?
Oh.
Box pati ano yan? Ano yan?
No,
Brooklyn. Brooklyn is. Patay ka.
Ang kalaban nila.
And that's the end of the first half of Bucks. As they did in the previous game with a double-digit
wala na si Duran. Miracle lang.
coming up on the Toyota halftime.
Ano yan? Ano? Ano ang net? Ano ang kalaban? Ang laro?
Brooklyn pati Milwaukee Bucks.
Giannis with a big first
Milwaukee
half,
Bucks.
19 points and 11 rebounds.
Pag mananang Brooklyn dyan,
In a desperation
pasok na sila.
for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Tambak.
To avoid being eliminated for the second
Tambak.
consecutive year in the
11.
conference semifinals. Toyota
Tambak.
halftime coming right up after this.
Third quarter yan.